What's good, everybody? This is Robo from Bark back in another video, and today I'm bringing you my 2023 Heisman Trophy watch list. The Heisman Trophy typically goes to somebody who takes their team to an elite level while putting up one of the best statistical seasons in the country, and I can see scenarios where all of these guys meet that criteria at the end of the season. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the first guy on the list, the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is often called a generational talent at the quarterback position, and he has elite playmaking abilities that set him apart from every other quarterback in the country. His ability to extend plays and make accurate throws at any angle with incredible velocity is something we don't see out of normal quarterbacks. After winning the Heisman Trophy last season despite not making the college football playoffs, he has to be the top candidate once again this season. However, we've only seen one two-time winner, so making the playoffs will probably be a requirement if Caleb wants to repeat this year.
Again. Are you kidding me? Caleb Williams dancing, cutting, mesmerizing run by the quarterback.
He fades back in the pocket, met some pressure. He throws downfield, and a wide-open Taj Washington. Caleb Williams keeps the ball, keeps his feet, and whirls through a tackle. That trip to New York could be very fruitful.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is an incredible talent at the receiver position that exploded onto the scene last year and is now coveted by many as arguably the best receiver prospect we've seen in a very long time at the college level. If Ohio State has success at the quarterback position this year, he should statistically match up with some of the best individual seasons the receiver position has had in recent years and give himself a real shot to take home the Heisman Trophy in 2023.
He's not going to get his outside foot down, and so he just puts that right foot back down. The body control, the athleticism.
Plenty of time for Stroud. Directing receivers, flips it to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Marvin Harrison Jr. making a huge impact, and the Buckeyes draw first blood.
Jayden Daniels is most definitely a top candidate for the Heisman as we stand here preseason, considering his experience level and prior numbers as he heads into the season with a very strong LSU squad. He's got great dual threat ability, but hasn't been the best with the deep ball to this point. If he proves he's grown that area of his game and is able to compete for an SEC title and a college football playoff appearance, I won't be surprised if he's a finalist in New York the first week of December.
Keeper escapes, makes a cut. Daniels in space. He'll score! Daniels for the win. Caught! It's good! LSU does it!
Drake Maye is almost unanimously known as the second best quarterback prospect in the 2024 draft class, and most definitely will put up numbers strong enough to be in consideration for major awards. The biggest question with Maye's resume will be team success, and while I do think an ACC title game appearance is possible, in my opinion, North Carolina will need to prove they're worthy of playoff consideration, or at least a 10-win team for Maye to bring home the Heisman.
At the 49, Maye steps into the throw, and it's caught! Pacer! Touchdown, Tar Heels! Here's Maye, play fake, skipping, rolling. Oh, he just threw it like a Dr. Pepper pack. Watch this, now he's got it tucked away, and then as the defense commits to him.
Michael Penix Jr. is a lefty with elite arm talent and a ton of experience at the college level. He's got one of the fastest releases in college football and premier arm strength, but the accuracy can sometimes be spotty and hasn't shown much mobility since leaving Indiana. If Penix can improve on his accuracy and keep Washington in the playoff race throughout the year, his numbers will be more than enough to get him a spot as a Heisman finalist.
Down the sideline, and there's nobody home. With Brandon Dorless back in on the line, Penix uncorks middle of the field on the hands of Polk, and he is out of here.
Indiana. Here we go, first play of the second half. He wants a deep shot again, and he's got McMillan. Jalen McMillan, goodbye, touchdown.
Jordan Travis is a common pick for a Heisman dark horse this season, as Florida State looks like they have a real shot to get to the playoffs in 2023. Travis is a very experienced quarterback to this point, and he's shown off a strong arm with a great release and some solid mobility at the position, and definitely could be a favorite to bring home the award if he and Florida State are as good as advertised.
Flag is down as Pokey Wilson comes up with that. Travis. Knowles back on the move. Travis wants it all. Back corner of the end zone. Did he catch it? Touchdown! Yes, he did.
3rd and 10 from the 11. Travis under pressure, trying to escape, able to escape. Turns the corner, stays in bounds. Sports Center.
Blake Corum is maybe the most electric running back in the country. Although his height can be seen as a negative, Corum possesses a ton of power and strength in his frame, and combines that with great speed, elite vision, and an absurd cutting ability that sets him apart as one of the game's elite running backs. The question mark for Corum's status as a Heisman candidate will be the size of his role with an elite RB2 and Donovan Edwards behind him as Corum comes off off-season meniscus surgery.
Blake Corum with the lane. Blake Corum breaks it back. Blake Corum sprinting. Blake, the great touchdown, Michigan.
And he just dips under him. Oh my goodness, they're all converging. He just dips under him, shows you the explosiveness on the outside, and takes it all the way down inside.
JJ McCarthy put himself on the map last season with an incredible performance against Ohio State in Columbus and a 400-yard game against TCU. He's got a solid frame, elite arm talent, and great mobility, but statistically he hasn't matched up with other quarterbacks in the Heisman race just yet. If Michigan is back in the playoffs in 2023, McCarthy can definitely be a candidate for the Heisman, but it may take an expanded passing attack this season to bump his numbers enough to be considered.
Midfield, J.J. McCarthy. Edwards, the pistol back. McCarthy to throw it. McCarthy looking, throws deep, got a wide open receiver. Cornelius Johnson sprinting, touchdown Michigan. McCarthy surveying, end zone, touchdown Ronnie Bell.
Quinn Ewers is one of the highest ceiling prospects in the country who had a very up and down season at Texas last year. He looked like an elite talent during the Alabama game, but then after the injury he suffered in that game, he didn't look like the same quarterback at all. He showed some promise later on in the season, but this offseason was a big one for him, and hopefully the competition Malik Murphy and Arch Manning gave him, as well as getting fully healthy, can help Ewers get back to where he's supposed to be as one of the best Heisman candidates in the country.
Ewers into the end zone. They take the lead. Touchdown, Worthy.
3rd and 6. Pocket holds up. Ewers, end zone. He does have Worthy.
Bo Nix is an incredible dual threat talent who, despite having some turnover issues, can absolutely light up the stat sheet. Nix may be an underrated NFL prospect as well, as not many view him as one of the top quarterbacks in this draft class, but a strong season at Oregon where they contend for a Pac-12 title and he places fairly highly in Heisman voting will have him grade much higher than many people have him right now.
Caught! He's done it again! Nix play action. Ready to chuck it down the field. Bo Nix to the end zone, dropped it. Nix roaming to the right. Steps up, uncorks down the field, Franklin!
Nix drops back, underneath, touchdown Ducks! Wow!
Whoever wins the Ohio State quarterback battle between Kyle McCord and Devin Brown is going to likely be in consideration for the Heisman Trophy. As it stands right now, Ryan Day has not named a quarterback one. Although he expects to name a starter soon, he also said he could allow both to play against Indiana to use game reps to decide on who's the starter. Kyle McCord and Devin Brown were both high 4-star talents out of high school, but neither has had much action at this point behind previous starter CJ Stroud. Quinshon Judkins has a strong case for best running back in the country, and he's only entering his sophomore season. After leading the SEC in rushing attempts, yards, and touchdowns as a true freshman, Judkins looks to repeat that success and maybe get more involved in the receiving game as well in 2023. For Judkins to win the Heisman, Ole Miss is going to have a really strong season on top of his own success, but being one of the top rushers in the country statistically again will put his name in consideration for sure.
To an RPO and just make something happen. That's what Jackson Dart can do.
Here's Judkins again, and he picks up a first down, and he's got more, and a hurdle into Aggie territory.
There's a big opening. Judkins all the way into Alabama territory.
Braelon Allen is one of my dark horse candidates for the Heisman Trophy this year, as with a new coaching staff and some new faces from the transfer portal, Wisconsin may see themselves in the Big Ten championship game out of the West Division this season, and the only way they get there is if Braelon Allen plays the way he's capable of. Allen could lead the Big Ten in rushing production this season, and if Wisconsin's able to reach their goals, he could find himself getting an invite to the Heisman ceremony in December.
Bouncing off tacklers, still on his feet. Goodbye, touchdown.
They stack the box and hand it off to Allen. And second effort, he gets the first down, bounces off a defender, and turns on the burners inside the 30-yard line. Being chased at the 10, but he's into the end zone for the touchdown. They'll go back to Braelon Allen, and he's got some running room past the 40-yard line, gets rid of a defender, and will take it into the end zone for another.
Sam Hartman is the most experienced quarterback in the country and is now the all-time career passing touchdowns leader in ACC history for Wake Forest. This offseason, he elected to transfer to Notre Dame for his 6th and final year of eligibility and hopes to lead that team to another playoff appearance. He'll have to get through Ohio State, USC, and Clemson to get there, but with the first 2 at home, it's definitely possible. If they're solidly in the playoff hunt at that point, Hartman will face off against his former team in the second to last week of the season and could look to add a Heisman moment to his resume.
Throwing for the end zone. Perry, he makes the catch in the corner.
Also being able to just choose some clock here, that keeps Drake Maye and that offense on the sideline.
Hartman looking for the end zone. Has Perry. He's got it. Touchdown.
Joe Milton is another dark horse Heisman candidate, but with a ton of hype as well. He's seen as an Anthony Richardson level prospect who may not be the most accurate and technical quarterback of the bunch, but he has incredible physical tools to offer. He can throw a ball further than anyone else in college and has major big play ability, but if Joe wants to be a Heisman candidate and Tennessee wants to be a top team in 2023, Joe's going to have to show off some much improved accuracy at every level of the field.
Zone and caught for the touchdown, McCord.
4-yard reception, first down now. Milton
Taking a shot downfield. He's got a man open. And it's into the arms of Squirrel White.
There's no one there for Makuba to block it down.
Milton gonna take a shot wide open and just strutting in is Keaton.
Cade Klubnik is my last dark horse for the Heisman Trophy, as I'm a big believer in his skill set despite his numbers and limited play not being the best up to this point. Clemson has a couple big games on the schedule this year, but should be fairly dominant in the rest, and if Klubnik performs well enough to pick up wins against Florida State, Miami, Notre Dame, and UNC, I could see him in New York as a Heisman finalist and Clemson in the playoffs this season.
A rough weekend for the teams that were in the top 4 and are playing in championship games. Deep ball caught! And down at the 1-yard line.
3rd and 14 after the sack. Klubnik pressured again. Launches it downfield, and what an effort to come up with it!
That'll wrap it up for my 2023 preseason Heisman watch list. It'll be fun keeping up with these guys throughout the year and seeing if anybody else can put their name on the list throughout the season. With that being said, that'll be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching as always. Feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.